Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is James Oluwole, and I'm again excited to have you all join today our leadership masterclass. It's been another great time, and I want to welcome everyone from the global community. We have different audience and participants across Africa, Europe, and I believe also a few of my friends in US also may be joining later, apparently even now. And I just want to welcome you all. Thank you again for showing up. Thank you for believing in the James Ulole leadership and always your feedbacks I receive. It's been amazing. I just want to let you know that the trust you all have embedded in me and it has always kept me going. It has always been encouraging. The feedback has been amazing, and it's an affirmation that we're on the right track. We are intentional in growing ourselves. And I just want to welcome you again to another leadership masterclass today. We have a good number of people already on WhatsApp and also on Zoom, so we are starting. And we'll be looking at this interesting topic, which is building a culture of accountability towards accomplishment of your goals. And today we are looking at the part 2 of this section. For many that had joined or had listened via our YouTube channel on the part 1 of this teaching, you can agree to the fact that in my introduction on accountability, I try to focus more around the importance of accountability and why every one of us, no matter where we find ourselves in our individual lives, in our business, in our career, in our organizations, in our ministries, accountability has become a key part of our lives. Accountability might not guarantee success, but is definitely a step to success. It's definitely a step towards accomplishment of goals. Accountability helps us to maintain a disciplined life. Accountability helps us to maintain an openness, to have ourselves assess our performance, and also to have others where we've given them that opportunity to also engage us objectively towards improving us. The purpose of accountability is towards improvement. The intention and the values of accountability is not meant to demotivate people. It's rather to call us to order and to reposition us towards focusing on the goal, focusing on the perspectives, based on the target, based on the vision, based on the mission that we have all set in our individual lives. And let me also just quickly share that life is incomplete. Purpose in life is not complete if you don't have a clear direction of where you're going. And I want to believe that every one of us, no matter your faith, no matter where you're coming from, your background, we all have a purpose. We all have a belief. We all knew that there is somewhere that I just want to get to. And because there is that intentionality that we all have in ourselves, then it is a call to order, and it is a call also where accountability is needed to help you and I to shaping ourselves towards accomplishment of whatever goals we may have set for our lives. Anyone that is living a life that is not goal-oriented, that would be a major challenge. As I said again, accountability, it's meant for everyone. And in our part 1, we looked at why it is important. We looked at the difference between accountability and responsibility, and we kind of touched base briefly around responsibility is more task-oriented, while accountability is results-oriented. We also looked at how to build accountability, and we started with the first point that you cannot build accountability without having a clear goals and expectations on your life. And I just want to continue on that. that you must define your goals. You must define your expectations. Where are you going? What do you want to accomplish in your life? Because for you and I to build a culture of accountability, there must be a target. There must be a set mark. There must be something that we are pursuing in our lives. And as I said, no matter your category, no matter your level, there is always something that you and I we are going after. So either you want to accomplish a degree program, either you want to accomplish a building project, either you want to accomplish the sponsorship of your children to school, either you want to achieve a very big milestone in your business. You know, there is always something that we are going after part time. And because there is, the goal needs to be clear, the expectations need to be clear. And once it is, accountability can now play a very crucial role in helping you and I to achieve that. Now, I also want you just to understand that there are instances where some people may not own their goals. Unfortunately, many people that don't own those goals, they focus, by focusing on other people's goals, we have come to realize that there is no passion, there is no drive. When the goal that you are following or you are pursuing is not your personal goal, but it is other people's goal. Now, what do I mean? There are many of us that maybe you're working in an organization, you're working in a venture, or you're working in a ministry that you are not the founder, you are not the owner of the organization. So you are working there as a privileged employee or someone, or as a partner, but you don't own it. So whatever that you are accomplishing at that environment at that particular time is towards accomplishment, a purpose, and a goal for the organization that you have been part of. Now, I have come to realize that many people, because those goals are not their goals, they lack passion, they lack a drive, they lack the focus to consider those goals, forgetting the fact that when you work towards accomplishment of the organization goal in one way or the other, it has a positive impact on you. And this is why sometimes I also encourage people that never join a system, never join an environment or an organization that does not align with your own personal growth and development. It does not align to your own personal objectives, because if the goals of others or the goals of a system, the goals of an organization, it's completely separated from your own goal, there will not be passion. And once there is no passion, there is no drive, the individual may lack the accountability to go through it. And this is many challenge we have. Many employees, many leaders in organization, they have this challenge. And as I said, when the goal is not clear, accountability would be a challenge and the result will not be achieved. Now, the second aspect of why we need to build, or how we can build accountability, is what I call, we need to foster a sense of safety and stability. Please understand that when we are talking about building accountability as a culture, you need to build an environment around you that fosters sense of safety and stability. There has to be you just need to understand that as much as your goals is important, and as much as we are working towards acknowledging pursuing our goals, failure is part of the journey. Failure is part of the journey to our success. Because you see, when you understand and you foster a sense of safety and stability, it makes you feel okay. You understand that, okay, in the course of this, there is tendency that I may fail. It does not mean I am missing around, my goal is still part of the journey. Bill Gates says, when success is consistently achieved, it becomes a lousy teacher, because it does not help you to understand the aspect of failure and you are just focused on success. And it's not every time that we become successful in the things we do. There are instances where we may have set targets and we are unable to accomplish those targets. There are instances where we may have failed in one way or the other. Now, when you build a culture of accountability, even when you fail, it is okay because you can understand where the challenge is and you can focus on the goal. You can understand it and focus on the goal. Never create an atmosphere of I know it all. Never create an atmosphere of, oh, it's just all about me and I don't care. I don't need people to support me. No. Once you have that in you, it helps you. It helps me to understand that building that culture of accountability, there is tendency for failure. And because there are tendency for failure, who do I need around me that would help me in the course of this journey if I'm about to fail, so that they can bring me back to normal? They can bring me back to the right perspective. Now, I also said here that don't create an atmosphere where you are scared of failure and will never be willing to admit your weakness or mistakes. Please understand that one thing accountability helps you is that it makes you and I to be vulnerable. It makes us understand that even in this journey, there is tendency that we may miss it. And when we do, we just need to accept it and move on. Let people see your vulnerability and show willingness to overcome any challenge hindering your goals. To inspire accountability, please understand that you need to treat failure with grace. Even failing short of a goal offers some improvement and learning opportunities. It offers you an improvement and learning opportunities. Learn from those failures, and that is where the accountability comes in. Learn from it. Be accountable to your failures, and it will help you to have a better orientation on how best you can manage it. Ryan Leake is one of the trending and public speaker and a coach. He calls himself an executive coach. He's a great writer. He recently wrote, I think he wrote a book, Chasing Failure. He recently released his book somewhere in February, how to work with complicated people. And I had the opportunity of also having a picture with him in US. And when I got the book, he signed on that. He's a very great person and is one of the top speakers in the US, providing public speaking and coaching to the Fortune 500 companies and the rest of it. Now, what did Ryan Leake say here? He says many of us need to go to the school of failure because it has several lessons of life that success can never teach you. Many of us, we need to go to the school of failure because it has several lessons of life that success can never teach you. Therefore, build accountability around yourself to allow people engage you respectfully when you fail and they challenge you to improve. We tend to act as if all is fine, when in truth, there are challenges in our lives that we actually need help from God and people around us to support us in the areas of those challenges. But many lack that courage. Many lack the boldness. Many are not willing to face their fears. And please understand that it is part of it. Create a sense and a safety, a stability to yourself that one way to be accountability is that failure is part of the journey, and that will help you. That number 3 point I have here is that please understand that in building accountability, you have to provide adequate resources to enhance productivity and excellence performance. Now, let me also just quickly share that for those that are joining us for the first time, we generally have this teaching for an average of 50 minutes thereabout, and then we take questions for 25 to 30 minutes. So it's a 1 hour, 30-minute section, and I can assure you it's going to be very, very much impactful. So for those on Zoom, if you have your questions, you can start dropping them on Zoom, and we're going to give an opportunity to ask questions. So number 3, provide adequate resources to enhance productivity and excellence performance. To foster a culture of accountability, you need to maintain high quality standard with no compromise to excellent performance. When you know that the world is assessing your performance, you will ensure all required resources are available to achieve the goals. You see, one of the reasons why accountability is necessary is that it helps you and I to maintain a quality standard, to maintain a standard of no compromise, to maintain an excellent performance in everything we do. Can I be honest with us? Where there is mediocrity, where there is lack of excellence and order, it is because there is no accountability. I can tell you for sure, where accountability strives, excellence is non-negotiable. Quality standard is non-negotiable. Accountability is good, and it helps you and I to build excellence performance. And now, because we understand that excellence is critical, productivity is key, then it helps us to now find what resources do we need to put in place to making us achieving those excellent performance in the field of our endeavors. You will sacrifice more time to perform well and set realistic timelines to your goal. No one wants to be held accountable if they know they have been set up to fail by any organization. So in that basis, people want to make sure that the right content is available, the right information is available, the right materials, the right tools are ready for them to perform the task excellently. And where an individual understands that, no, when I take up this responsibility, I may not achieve the result, then they begin to share that because nobody wants to fail. And they begin to engage the right people. So accountability helps in ensuring that resources are available towards achieving the goal. Because everything we do is towards achieving our goals and results. Number 4 is that in building accountability, it helps to improve your feedback process. Accountability helps in improving feedback process. It is important for you to have people in your life, in business, in career, that have authority and permission to give you feedback objectively. Do you have those kind of people in your life? Do you have those kind of people in your organization? Have you been that nice to yourself? Have you been that very objective and honest to yourself to tell people around you that please help to give me feedback when I am not doing things well? Please, if you are not, I'm going to ask you today, start it. You will forever be grateful when you have the right people in your life that check on you, the right people in your life that gives you feedback from an objective basis, from with no bias, with no sentiment. The feedback might be tough, it might be uncomfortable, but you know that you need it to help you to refocus and repurpose yourself and myself. The feedback received is meant to improve you and to make you and I a better person. The reason many people are not okay with feedback is because they have not given permission for people to hold them accountable when they messed up. Are you in that category? Are you the one that reacts that, oh, I am the boss, I am the leader here, oh, I am the man of the house, so my children, my spouse cannot give me feedback? No. One way to build a culture of accountability is that it helps to improve feedback. So there has to be feedback within you. There has to be feedback. You have to create a platform for feedback to strive. Please know that feedback is a good thing, and you need to create a culture of accountability that necessitates candid and difficult conversation. Do you have that? I want to encourage every manager. I want to encourage every leader here, any supervisor, any business owner. Please, when you are engaging with people, when you are recruiting people into your team or you are building a team, let them understand that there are going to be times that you're going to have a difficult conversation with them. Let them know. You see, let it be known from the beginning that, look, we might get to a point where I like you, you are the best, we want you in this organization, I want you in my team, we want to work together to achieve this big goal. But please understand that there are going to be times that we're going to have some tough discussions. If there is misalignment in the purpose, if we are not getting clarities and we are not moving in the right direction. You see, when you make those engagements, even at the beginning, it helps. So that when those moments of difficult conversation comes, you are able to confront it. One of the challenges that we have is that people are not ready to have those difficult conversations. And so feedback becomes a challenge. And where feedback becomes a challenge, result is never achieved. Be courageous to give people feedback when they are failing on the results, and be humble also to accept feedback when your team or employee shares with you. So because it's a two-way thing, it can only be you giving the feedback. Who is also checking you? Who is also assessing you? And please allow your team, they know you better. I was listening to one of the podcasts from John Maxwell some time ago, and he was sharing that he has a program, and in that program, I think he shared about how I think it was top executive teams, and in that meeting, top CEOs, he advised them that please, when you all go back, is a training program. When you all go back, let your people know the areas of your weakness. And he saw that they weren't feeling okay about it. And during the lunchtime, one of the top CEOs also just came to him and tell him that, look, your presentation, your training, everything was fantastic, but I sincerely don't like your statement. Because as a leader, I am a leader, I am an executive, I am the CEO of my organization. It would be bad of me letting my team seize my weakness. It will be bad of me. And many of us, we have this mentality. And John Maxwell just told him, he said, look, you're wrong. He said, one of the things you would forever do to yourself is you're living a deceptive life. He said, people that work with you, they know you well. And I can tell you that they know your weaknesses. Can I be honest with us? Many of us here, people know you well. You can't hide it. We know you. You know me. We know you. I mean, so try to always have people around you that when they give you feedback, you are willing to accept it. You can't be perfect. Every one of us, we have our blind spots. Therefore, have a clear system and structure that people can be free and open to engage you with the good and right intention for the growth of your organization or your own personal growth. Also show commitment to improve when feedback is shared with you towards aligning you to your goals. Many people never show commitment, and people tend not to waste their effort and time to give them feedback because we know that they don't have the discipline and commitment to change. Are you that kind of a person? Oh, yes, you can give me feedback. But people have continued to give feedback to you, but you are not changing. No. That discipline must be there. So one thing that accountability does is that it helps. When you have feedback system within you, it helps you a lot. And where feedback strives, it helps, it kills pride. Many people that are not comfortable to receiving feedback is because sometimes they have pride in them. And they have this mindset that, oh, they are the boss. They are the leader, so you cannot call me to order, which is wrong. And please understand that these are the critical things that we have to look into. So those are the key areas of building accountability. Now let's go to the next part, which is what are the challenges of not having accountability in your life, in your business? How does accountability impact, or what challenge would accountability create towards accomplishment of your goals? Number one, when accountability is not available, performance may be decreased. There is decreased performance. When individuals or teams are not held accountable to their expected and assigned tasks, there is tendency for performance to significantly decline. People may not feel compelled to meet standard or complete tasks effectively. They live a routine life of just showing up at office with no productive mindset and clear priority for what needed to be accomplished each day. People are just coming because there is no accountability. They show up in an office, they show up in the organization, they show up in their ministries. There is no passion, there is no drive. So performance decreases on a daily basis. Some leaders are lazy and they are living a life of comfort, and they lack the discipline to be accountable to the result. Are you that one? Am I in that situation? In that field you are in that goal that you have set for yourself, that by June you would be here. Where are you today? Where am I today? How objective have you been to yourself in assessing and making a reflection over the goals and that you have outlined, that you intended to achieve as at this time? Where are you? Where am I? Because when accountability is not there, performance is decreased. Let me also be honest with you. You can't fake the outcome of your results. And even when you do, people will know. No matter how you choose to, people will know. Many people are okay with below average, and they are never ready to perform at an excellent and quality standard. I want you to check your life today, and for you to see who are those that are always within your circle of relationship and networks. Are those in your circle, and do they encourage you to scale high in your goals, or they discourage you? Who are those in your circle of relationship? Who are those that you call your acquaintances, your friends, your colleagues? Are they challenging you towards performance? Are they holding you accountable? Check your life. If you don't have great people around you that push you hard to achieve great results, then it is likely that you are not ambitious and daring enough to attract. You are not ambitious and daring enough to attract great people around you. That's the truth. Because like begets like. If you are that kind of a person that, oh, you just want comfort, you will have comforts around you. Nobody is checking you. I see this every time. Honestly speaking, there are some things I see around people, and and I'm being very honest here. I just feel pity for them. I feel pity because people just want to surround themselves with deceivers, with people that would, and these are the problems we have even in our government sectors. These are the problems we have in our politicians. In the government sector, everywhere, leaders surround themselves with sycophants, people that are not ready to tell them the real truth, and you feel comfortable. No, you see, when we check you and we check the cycle of your relationship, it makes us to assess you. It makes us to know that, no, this one is not, there is no hunger. Because you see, when you have hunger with you, when you have hunger within you, when you have a passion, it's going to drive you. The people around you, you can't be around People that are just there, they are not even, they at your error, at your failure, they still celebrate you. No, no, you shouldn't be around those kind of people. It won't help. Now, I also put it here. There is a story of Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen is a football player. Now, I listened to this story, just a podcast some few days ago. Victor Osimhen currently, he was with Napoli. So for those of you that are passionate in football, he was with Napoli and now currently playing with Galatasaray in Turkey. Now, I listened to a podcast he did just recently about Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, even if you don't play football, you would have heard that name. He's one of the best footballers in history. Now, when Victor Osimhen was in Napoli in Italy, he said, and Cristiano Ronaldo was in Juventus, he said he had been telling all of his friends that he wants to meet with Ronaldo. And anytime he had an opportunity to have a football match with Ronaldo, he's going to take a picture with him. Now, who is Victor Osimhen? Victor Osimhen, as at that time, was the African Footballer of the Year. He was one of the top strikers, well known across the world. Now, for that kind of a person of Victor Osimhen, still wishing to have a picture to meet with Cristiano Ronaldo, that tells you that the guy was ambitious. That tells you that he wants to increase his performance. Who do you have around you that assess and check you, or that helps you to be more structured towards performance improvement? Do you have those kind of people? Do you? Do I? Now, the story here is not about what Cristiano Ronaldo and Victor Osimhen in terms of picture taking. There is an interesting aspect of this story that I want to share. The interesting aspect is that when they had the game, it was an home game for Victor Osimhen who is Napoli against Juventus. Napoli defeated Juventus 1-0 in that game. And after the match, Victor Osimhen met with Cristiano Ronaldo and told him, I would like to have a picture with you. And Cristiano Ronaldo said, oh, yes, come to the dressing room. And Victor Osimhen quickly, based on his story, went into his dressing room, quickly changed, dressed up, and quickly went to meet Ronaldo. Within 5 minutes, he said to his surprise, when he got to where Cristiano Ronaldo and the rest of his teams are, he didn't find him. Then he met with Buffon. Now, Buffon was one of the goalkeepers and one of the top goalkeepers also. Buffon got talking and he said, oh, I want to have a picture with Cristiano Ronaldo. And then Buffon started looking for Cristiano Ronaldo and said, oh, the guy is gymming. Cristiano Ronaldo was having a gym after a football match where he played 90 minutes. He was gymming. And then Osimhen sat down and was chatting with Buffon and waiting for Cristiano Ronaldo. He waited 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Cristiano Ronaldo is still gymming. 40 minutes, 1 hour before Cristiano Ronaldo came out. And he was amazed that for a footballer who is above 30 years old, as at that time, he was around 35 years old. Cristiano Ronaldo has won 5 Ballon, the best footballer of the FIFA best footballer of the year. He has had it 5 times. He has had European Champions League 5 times before joining Juventus. And yet, even when he has had all of this success, in a 90-minute match that he played, and still yet he wasn't ready to decrease performance. The guy went into gym immediately after the football match. And Osimhen was saying that day something changed in him, that this is why this guy is great. Now, I'm sharing this story for you to understand that when you see the success of people, don't just celebrate their success. You need to understand their pains. You need to understand their sacrifice. In that match, Juventus was defeated. Cristiano Ronaldo has every reason to be demotivated. His performance could have been decreased, but he never allowed that. He went into gym and was doing a lot of things to still reshape and improve himself. Now, my question to you and I is that even when your performance are decreasing, who do you have around you that challenges you? What discipline have you put on yourself that helps you to keep improving and telling yourself that, no, James, I can't continue this way. Yes, I may have attained my success. Yes, I may have accomplished all that I needed to. There is still a goal for me. Cristiano Ronaldo is almost approaching 40 years. He's still making mark. I think in some few days ago, he still scored for his country. He's still making mark. This tells you what accountability does. The man has built in something in him that checks him, that assesses his accountability. So please understand that when you don't have accountability, your performance is questionable. Number two, when there are challenges of accountability, it also creates a poor decision making. People make expensive and wasteful decisions influenced by their personal interests with no accountability. Many decision makers act without considering the consequences of their action, and this leads to poor choices that can harm them, their family, and their organization, even community and the nation at large. Accountability helps you to reduce poor decision making. Please accept it. When there are no accountability, decisions are made poorly. Decisions are made, and we are seeing decisions made continuously in organizations and systems in a poor manner. People, even on their own personal life decisions, they are failing on daily basis because no accountability. And I'm sharing all of this so that you can understand the value of what accountability does. And as I said again, if you don't have people around you that check you, please, after this masterclass, I encourage you, find people and be willing to submit to them. And when I mean, it could even be your team, it could be your spouse, it could be your children, it could be a friend. Just tell the person that, look, I have this goal I want to accomplish. Please always check on me on this goal. And if I'm deviating, call my attention back. Have people like that. It will help you a lot. Number three, challenges when accountability is not available or you don't have it, is that it also creates conflict and miscommunication where there is no accountability. Lack of accountability creates conflict, and there is ambiguity in roles and responsibilities among team members and colleagues. When leaders don't communicate to their followers and the team sufficiently, it is because they don't want to be held accountable. Can I be honest? Look, I have been in leadership for the past 10 years. I have been in top level decision making for years. So I can tell you for fact that where there are no communication is because the leader is not ready to be held accountable. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as many people are not willing to communicate. Many people don't feel comfortable to provide information on a timely basis. They want an environment of conflict. They want an environment where people continue to assume, where there is no clarity, and they do that for personal and selfish purpose. It does not help. And I want us to start changing this mindset. I also put it here. I said it is because the reason we have gossip, or the reason why gossip thrives, it is because communication is lacking. Where we keep hearing, oh, this organization, they gossip a lot. Can I be honest? It is because there is no communication. The best approach to reduce gossip in any environment, in any work environment, in any society, is for you to communicate effectively and timely. So stop complaining that people are gossiping. Stop telling us that people gossip around. No, it shows your weakness as a leader. I'm going to be very objective to us. I hear this sometimes and I just look at people. You know, people will be so comfortable, say, oh, they gossip about me. Then you are not ready for leadership. If you want to lead, please understand that people must gossip you. And the only way you can deal with gossip is communicating effectively and timely. Leaders should avoid putting their people in difficult situations due to the leader's weakness to communicate effectively. If you have a weakness, fix it. Don't use your weakness as a basis to now start calling people what you have created. No. As a leader, if you complain, I put it here, that people gossip a lot, you are weak in your leadership and you need to improve yourself. There is no organization, there is no society that people don't gossip about their leaders. It is a cancer that is created once you have more than 3 people working together in any organization. I can tell you there will be gossip. So when you know this, the only way you can deal with gossip is you communicate effectively. You give. There are. I was Jack. Is it Jack Welch was saying that there is no Patrick Lencioni. Yes, Patrick Lencioni said that there are no organizations that we have ever heard that the employees resign from the organization because leaders do not communicate, or because leaders over-communicate to them. Patrick Lencioni says no, that their employees never complain, even when leaders over-communicate. And people don't leave organization because you over-communicate. But people leave an organization and a system, an environment, because you created so much of ambiguity and lack of clarity. And once that is created, gossip would thrive. And we should not encourage that. Number 4 challenges when accountability is not existing is that there is an erosion of trust. When accountability is not there, please know that we can't trust you. I'm sorry, but that's the reality. In an environment lacking accountability, trust diminishes. People no longer trust you when you say this goal will be achieved. People become skeptical of leaders that don't hold themselves and their teams accountable. And this increases conflict. No goal can be achieved in an environment where trust is lacking. I believe this is clear. Another challenge of not having accountability, number 5, it increases corruption. A lack of transparency and accountability can create an environment that promotes unethical behavior and corruption, as individuals may feel they can act with impunity. And this is the problem we have in government. These are the problems because there is no accountability. You go to government parastatals across, you just feel angry that, you go to a government office and there are documents, there are things they need to do. And people are telling you before your face that they won't do it until you give them money. What kind of life are we living? Impunity. Why? Corrupt, because there is no accountability. Nobody is checking on them. You see our law enforcement agencies, the police, out daylight doing what they are used to doing. Why? No accountability. Some people lack the courage to also speak truth and to hold their team and leaders accountable. Let me be honest with you. If you're in an environment where you don't speak truth and to hold your leaders accountable, you are corrupt. If you are in an environment where things are not working as a result of poor and ineffective leadership, and you are keeping quiet, you are corrupt. The fact that you are in that environment, you are meant to improve it. That's your responsibility. You are not just there to check in the box and go. No, at least make an engagement, make an effort. And this is the life I live. I can't be in an environment that is stagnant. I can't be in an environment that is corrupt. If I remain there, if I cannot fix it, I will exit. That's the truth. I can't. I would make an effort to see that I make an improvement in that area. Number 6, challenges of not having accountability. There is what we call inefficiency and misalignment of priorities. Project may suffer from delay and misallocation of resources, as there are no pressure to perform or deliver results due to lack of accountability. I hope we're beginning to see how appreciable, how important accountability is. This can also lead to wasted of time and money. Many people waste organizations' hours by not being productive in doing tasks that is expected of them at the right time. So they delay it and they begin to affect productive hours. They use productive times for their own personal things. They, no focus. Things, the tasks you're supposed to do and to achieve the result, people are just not, because there is no accountability. People are not accountable. They just do things normal. People on office time that is 8 to 5 p.m., people resume 10. By 3 p.m., they leave. And it has become a lifestyle. Yes, we understand when it is once a while, but when it becomes a normal life, no, something is wrong. And that is because there is no accountability. Number 7 challenge is that accountability, where there is no accountability, there is low morale. The morale of your team is low. The morale of people is low, and it affects everything. People, the unfortunate aspect of the challenge of leaders, and I'm not just speaking to leaders, I'm also speaking to us as individuals, is that we need to maintain what you call, we have to be authentic. Authenticity is key. So and admit our vulnerability and help people to be, and help on to our mistakes and hold each other accountable so that morale will not be low. People will be motivated and agile. People will be focused, and there will be passion and drive for them to do the work. Now, let's now look at what are the benefits when accountability exists. What benefit does it bring? Number 1, few tasks will slip through the cracks. In a culture of accountability, everyone knows their role, and you can avoid those all too common situations where everyone assumes someone else is doing it. So accountability helps that. Everybody knows what he or she is doing. So there is no, oh, we miss it. The goal is accomplished on a timely basis. Conflict is reduced because everyone has a clear understanding of the vision and the goals that they need to accomplish. Number 2, benefit of accountability, it enhances creativity and innovation. Your problem-solving skills increases, and the result is achieved in a good record time. These also help improve performance. Number 3, accountability helps to increase trust. The open communication involved with a culture of accountability can increase trust among your team, colleagues, and leaders. The atmosphere is appealing and welcoming. No gossiping, no disunity. Everyone is happy, and people are ready to give 120% of their time and effort to the goal, leading to self-satisfaction and productivity. Number 4, accountability improves the work quality of an environment and motivation. It motivates, it improves the quality. Accountability boosts motivation. It helps people. People are happy. Accountability reduces risk management. When there are accountability, risks are reduced. That's the next point. Number 6, accountability, it creates alignment of goals. Accountability ensures that actions are aligned with the broader goals of a team or organization. It helps you to track as a family, as an individual. You also track your performance. Your goals are aligned. It helps everybody to know where we need to come together and we achieve our success. As I conclude, there is this post I got from Doshina. I don't know if I pronounce her name right? The Shuna Baba Echoes. She was the former, she was the former US and Army veteran. She was the former Miss USA and Army veteran. She said, achievement isn't supposed to feel comfortable. It is actually uncomfortable. Do you know how comfortable it is to be lazy? Do you know how easy it is to do nothing? Please know that if you are uncomfortable, it is because you are doing it right. And it is important you allow people to hold you accountable towards accomplishment of your goals. My revealed mentor, John Maxwell, he says, accountability may not guarantee success, but lack of accountability will expose your weakness and lead to failure. John Maxwell also shared a profound story of his engagement with some top CEOs and executives some years ago at Washington, D.C., and he asked them to respond to a survey with the following question. Now, I listened to this in a YouTube podcast that John Maxwell shared, and in that meeting, he had more than 80 top-level executives, top-level leaders in top organizations. In fact, each of them paid more than $8,000. And this is as far back as some years ago, over 10, 15 years ago, to be part of that event. That tells you the kind of event it was. And they were with him for 2 days. Now, he conducted a survey, and I just wanted to share this as part of my conclusion so that you can learn something out of this. In that survey, part of the questions he asked them is that, number one, do you have a dream for your life? That was the first question, part of the question he asked. Do you have a dream for your life? And many of them responded yes. So there was 100% people that confirmed yes. Everybody said, yes, I have a dream. And if I ask any of us here now, do you have a dream? I know. We all will say yes. We have more than 20 people on WhatsApp. We have more people also on Zoom. If I ask us, you all have a dream. Now, the second question Maxwell asked them is that, are you sometimes frustrated in the pursuit of your dream? And over 95% of them also said, yes, we are. Now, and I'm sharing this for you to know that if top CEOs, top executives are frustrated pursuing their dreams, you are, it is not, you are also, when you are frustrated or I am frustrated, it's okay. I just want you to understand that. And that's why I'm sharing this, that more than 95% of people are frustrated of their dreams. These are top level CEOs. Now, the number 3 question, have you ever given up on an important dream? And over 50% of them responded yes. More than 50% have responded yes. The number 4 question, have you accomplished your dream? And more than 95% said yes. No, more than 95% said no, we have not accomplished our dreams. Now, what does this tell you? This tells you why accountability is important. And this was a separate discussion he was discussing. It wasn't related to accountability, but I felt that this is important for my message, my teaching today. Now, I just want you to know that one of the major reasons these top CEOs were unable to accomplish their dreams is because they lack accountability. They have refused to have people that hold them accountable. They lack the discipline to hold themselves accountable. I just want you to know as we conclude that you may have your dreams. Your dreams might be big, but if you lack accountability, you may fall in this category of those that have not accomplished their goals. I have this page also that I just want to share about result, and I got this from Korede Kumaya, He's one of the religious top-level person in Nigeria. And he spoke some things about results. And I just want to share that. And this is my last slide before we take questions. He said, when there is results, people connect with results. So if you want connection, deliver results. Sinking into a state that does not generate results is actually the worst state a mortal can be. Ensure you generate results, as nothing else will make up for lack of them. If everything you and we are doing, we are not generating results, please check your life. Nothing matters like results. Results are the fruit without which you are barren. Only by results do you build credibility. Result brings wealth and prosperity. Never ever find yourself in a situation where you constantly lack results. As long as you lack result, nothing gets better. Result cures insults. No story, no apology, no explanation, no excuse is needed. Just get results. Only by generating results do you shape your skills, grow in experience, and become a master at what you do. Living without generating results consistently is dying daily without knowing. No message like result, no conviction like result, no experience like result, no skills like results. Are you a result-oriented person? I challenge you as I conclude today that please let there be accountability in your life so that you can accomplish your goals and your results. Thank you, and let's take questions.
Okay, please, I want to ask a question.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. James, for such a wonderful impact. In fact, I've been following you almost all the time, and I'm on the pitch. It's been worthy hearing you.
Thank you so much.
My question is that, do you just intentionally pick someone for accountability, or in the course of relating with the person, then the person becomes accountable to you?
Now, let me just share that, we must understand by ourselves what we want for our lives. The purpose of accountability or building the culture of accountability is that you want to accomplish your goals. So you are the one that knows what you want. You are the ones that know what you're pursuing. So it is because you know that this is what you want to accomplish, then you would be the right person to find the right people that can help you to accomplish those goals. There were some things I learned recently, that there are times that many of us, when we even share, one of the reasons why people don't hold themselves accountable is that you don't share your goals to people. So who do you communicate your goals to? I will be very objective to you. Every of my family goal, as a family, myself and my kids, they are all involved in our goals. We make them to know it. We had some family reflection time last week, and we went to reflect over and do a retreat over our assessment of our goals. And my first child is 10 years old. So just so that you know the age of my kids, the second is 8, and the third was 4 years old. And we communicate our plans. We went to a place, a very lovely environment. We had some 3 days family time, and we reflected over our goals. Now, I'm just sharing all of this for you to know that it is you that have the goal. So you have to find the people. Now, this is one aspect where you have to do that. So you have to look at who are those people first that you respect. Because the challenge is that you must have people that you respect, that you know that when they call you to order, you will respect and listen to them. So you have to find them. Now, if you are also a leader, you also have to do the same thing with your team. You have to open up to your team that, look, team, I'm going to be holding you guys accountable. You also have to hold me accountable. So have that honest engagement with them already and set the parameters of what are the goals, where do we want to accomplish, and how we want to go about it. Then communicate it clearly. Then put in the right perspective on how that would be accomplished. I hope I address your question, sir.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thomas, can we take your question?
Mr. James, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay.
In fact, one thing I love about your presentation is the practicality of how, I mean, you explain things to our understanding.
Thank you so much.
And my question is on, I just want you to clarify John Maxwell's statement that as leaders, you are supposed to explain your weakness or let your people know what your weaknesses are. I'm of the view that, you know, in a world where people are dishonest and sometimes people want to take opportunity of others, especially in the case of a public office. I just want you to throw more light. Is it appropriate that maybe you are in a public office, you are in a position, others are trying to find ways, to get to your position. It's like a competition. Is it appropriate that maybe you are the one heading the unit? Is it appropriate for you to let the people know what your weaknesses are, since there is that tendency of people using your weaknesses against you or taking advantage of you and probably messing you up in your role as the leader?
Okay, that's okay.
People are very condescending, and you may never know. I don't know. I want to know whether that could apply in such situations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the question. And let me, your question will help me to clarify some few things. And this is why we appreciate questions. So please keep asking questions. It will help. And thank you so much for this question. First, let me clarify that never you share or tell somebody to hold you accountable if you don't trust the person. Please don't do it. This is why I said also that you must know who are the people within your circle. Who do you have? Because you see, you must have the right people that challenges you to greatness. You see, when we say people should hold us accountable, they are not holding us accountable to fail. They are holding us accountable to succeed. That's the difference. Never you be a leader. Never you be a friend. Never you be a colleague that you set up people for failure. No. So please, when you know that you are in that work environment, that these are the kind of people you have, where their perception, that is a culture. Please, they are the wrong people to hold you accountable. They don't even fit. They are not qualified to hold you accountable. So those are not the people. Now, how do you do? What do you do in that situation? How would you address that? What you do is that first you look at outside of the organization. Do you have a mentor? Do you have friends that you communicate? Do you have your spouse? There are things that it's not just, it doesn't have to be your office persons. You could still discuss your work-related matter with somebody that you trust. Outside that you say, okay, I'm doing something in my office. We want to accomplish A, B, C, and D, and I'm sharing this with you so that you can hold me accountable and always check on me if I'm improving on that. Now, that is one aspect. So first is that in sharing who should hold you accountable, it has to be with the people you trust. Now, we talked about the area of weakness. You see, the truth is that we all have our weaknesses. For instance, and one of my weakness is that I am sometimes impatient, and that's the truth. I get angry, not even a bit angry. I am impatient. And I knew that as my weakness. So what do I do? In my organization, in my office, we were dealing with some auditors some times ago, and I felt that these auditors were just, because auditors are funny people also, because they just want to make issues where there are no issues. And I was communicating with the audit partner, and they weren't getting it. And I was already losing my patience, because I felt that, come on, guys, what is wrong? If you don't understand the concept of these principles, then that is your problem. So I felt that I was getting to that point, and I had to tell my other colleagues who report under me. I said, okay, please handle this. And they told me, they said, James, please stay out of this. We are going to handle it. And that my other colleague is a calm guy. He's a calm guy. He's a direct opposite of James. The guy handled it well. I knew. So anytime I have a challenge where I'm engaging with somebody, I just say, please, Claudio, come, handle this. Because you see, you must understand that you can't have strength in every area. And you must identify the strength of other people that complement in the areas of your weakness, so that and that is what makes a perfect team. The complementary aspect. So you need to find people around you that complement you. I do that also with my wife. My wife is one person that checks on me. I'm just telling you how I handle my stuff, and do the people that holds me accountable. So I have different situations and different aspects. I am one person that I am so much tied to my faith. And I want to be in an environment that grows, in a church environment that is growing, that is, that there is impact. So I have people that hold me accountable, that I reach out to, that something is not going on wrong here. What is going on? And they say, hey, do it this way. No, don't do this, because when you don't have that, you will mess up. I'm telling you the truth. So please, it does not, but in identifying people that you want to have them to hold you accountable, the key aspect is that trust must be there. Never engage your weakness to people that you don't trust. Please don't do it. I hope I address your question, sir. While we are, there is a question. I saw the hand of Ado.
I'm grateful.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. Ado, please,
Yes.
Can you ask your question, Ado? Thank you. I saw the hand of...
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you for the lecture. I would like to... My question is general. The second one you have already answered, which is in terms of family. How can someone at a lower level in an organization help drive change in a system where lack of accountability is deeply entrenched? Somebody at a lower level, how can the person do that?
Okay, thank you. So when you have a situation where accountability is a challenge, there are a few things I tell people, and this is now, and I want to appreciate the feedbacks I've been receiving. One of the things I try to do on this teaching is that I try to make it as applicable and practical as possible. And to some extent, either I share my own personal stories or I share the stories of others that I know and they are true. I have been in many organizations where accountability has been a challenge, and it's still a challenge today. It's still a challenge. And to be honest with you, these are the core fundamentals that we have across board, in families, in business, in church, in mosques, any environment, in government parastatal. This is a problem. Now, but what I tell people, particularly those at a lower level, is this. First, you need to understand the context of the organization you are working. Do they have culture? Do they have organization values? What are their culture? What are their values? Are they very, very conscious of that values and culture of the organization in times of ensuring that the vision and the mission of the organization is accomplished. Because, it's always been said that culture is the breakfast of strategy. I don't know how they call it, or culture, it's strategy. So you can't have a strategy where there are no culture. So first is you need to understand if it's an organization that value their culture and they have it well. Two, you need to also understand in those kind of organization, who are you dealing with that is the challenge in terms of not being accountable? Is the person a supervisor who also has another line manager? Because, there are hierarchies. So you need to understand how is the hierarchy of the organization. And I will be honest with you, many organizations and many people leave organizations, as many of us know, they don't leave the organizations because of the organization. They leave the organization because of their managers. Many managers are the wrong people. So probably the people that are not accountable are the leaders. But if your assessment is that this is a biggest challenge of the whole organization, so you look from the CEO or the president and you see that culture accountability is completely zero, or this is a one-man business, and the person is the alpha and the omega of the business, and the person lacks this, I would tell you, please exit. That is not where to grow. Never stay in an organization that you've seen everything and it is a mess. Don't be there. But if it's an organization where, they value culture, they value their values, the organization values, and it is somebody that is just a leader that is messing him up as a result of just holding a position, then one way you do this is, and I've done this severally, is you communicate objectively. You let the leader understand that, sir and ma, please, this is what we've said we're going to do. This is how we said we're going to. Why are we not doing this? You try to be a bit engaging. Now, many leaders, and I'm not surprised, those kind of leaders will never want to take feedback. And that has been the problem. When feedbacks are not taken from a very sincere and objective basis, and I always encourage people, when you are ready to go through this channel, first, you have to have your proofs. Two, you have to be very objective towards fixing the organization. Then you communicate it by email. Begin to hold your leaders accountable by sending emails. They may not work on it today, but that email will hold them accountable in the future. That, sir, we've discussed, or we have said we're going to do A, B, C, and D. And you will notice many leaders that are not accountable, they never want you to communicate formally to them. You see, they know. And I'm telling you this from experience. They know. So they will always want to make things verbal. It's verbal. They wouldn't want to put it in writing because they know the implication of putting it in writing. So you would, but please do. You put it in writing to them. When they are failing, I have done this. Engage the person next to them. I've always said this. We are not setting the goal. The selfishness of an individual should not be detrimental to the whole organization. Many of us, we are so nice to the level that a leader is messing up, and the messing up of that leader has affected the whole organization. I have many of my colleagues here, they can tell you that James is one that has done these things. I have them both in Ghana, in Nigeria, and in Mozambique here. I won't tell you what I've not done. And I've done this in tough moments. And I've done it in 3 nations. So I'm not just telling you what I've done in the past. I have done all of this. I know what it takes to have leaders that sometimes are not accountable and they have personal interests that affect them. So be bold enough, but have your objectivity and let your intention be made towards fixing the problem, not creating more problem. I hope I addressed your question. And there are questions on the Zoom chat. So let me just take those questions. The first one from Emeka, it says, thank you, sir, for this wonderful and expository topic. This has really changed my perspective about accountability and will help me align my goals through accountability. Okay, thank you, Emeka. Saidu Salamatu says, thank you for your effort adding value to our lives. Okay, I think all of these are Kolan also says, thank you so much, Daddy, for revealing the deeper intent concerning accountability. Thank you so much. One of my mentors is Mr. Ogunsheye. He says, thanks so much for this insightful teaching tonight. I am refreshed with the various nuggets shared on accountability. Thank you so much, sir. A question again from Kolan. It says, my question is, accountability should be based on positive or negative or both. Must there be goal set for accountability? Yes, you cannot hold people accountable if there is no goal. And Kolan, Razak, so there has to be a goal because that's the only reason. If you don't have a goal post, then there is no need. We will just be scoring the goal anywhere. The ball will just be tossed anywhere. So the only reason accountability can be well appropriated is when there are set targets, there are set goals. So you have to set goals to yourself to say, where am I planning to get to in this year? What have I said I'm going to do? Where am I? Have I accomplished those things I said I would do? So you make those things, you write them out and listen to my 5-year plan teaching. Please, there are a lot of teachings I had on goal setting, maximizing the best of 2025. You can go back to them and they are all on YouTube, and you will get most of these things around goal settings and all. I don't know if there are more questions. Let me check from the WhatsApp group. Do we have questions? Anyone from WhatsApp? Questions, please. Okay. If no question, I just want to thank you all for joining. It's again very much exciting to see a lot of people, and I just want to appreciate the feedback we have received. Is been encouraging, it's been motivating. I mean, I can't tell you how grateful I am having you all show up. We are having more than 30 participants on Zoom, more than close to 27 people on WhatsApp. It's amazing. And it tells me that in the little way we are creating value. And I just want to thank you all for always showing up. Thank you so much. Simon, also my colleague, is one of my accountability partner under the Maxwell Leadership. Thank you so much, Mr. Simon, for joining. He's from Sweden. Thank you for joining, Mr. Simon. I want to thank everybody for your time, and please have a great week ahead. We're starting a new topic. I want to start this topic next week. Actually, generally we have our meetings bi-weekly, but by the schedule of my times, I feel that next week we should have another topic. But if none, I will let you know. But the next topic we'll be having is the qualities of a high return on investment, people. I can tell you, don't miss it. The qualities of high return on investment. Who are the people you should invest your time on as you grow your leadership? Please don't miss it. You would forever be grateful for this as you're growing, as you're mentoring people, because every one of us, even if it's our children, we have to build some qualities, or we have to identify some qualities in them that we want to grow. So please, let's connect again. And I want to thank you all for your time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Simon. He says, I love the teaching, the topic, and the question and answer. Thank you so much, Mr. Simon. Please, we also offer speaking opportunities, coaching and mentorship, James Oluwole Leadership. We are putting a lot of package together. We are growing. There is so much required, but I just want to also appreciate my team. I have a very little media team that work with me, and they are doing it on volunteering basis, and I just want to thank them also. We will continue to add value, and if you're interested for coaching mentorship, please reach out. We would find time. Definitely, it's going to be on paid basis with a discount considered. And if you required us to also come to your organization, we can do virtual, we can do physical, however you may want. Let's help our organizations to grow. Let's keep pushing. Thank you so much. I think I saw a message or so Okay. Thank you all. And I want to have a great week ahead. Thank you. Please have a great week. Bye for now, everybody. Thank you as I end the section.